Hey guys, this is Okaina with Felice Faces. This is my first YouTube tutorial. Hope you guys enjoy. Starting off by getting my face ready with some face oil. Got this one from a BoxyCharm a few months ago. Next up is priming. I'm priming my face with the Pore-fessional. Now it's time to work that product into the skin, ladies. Make sure you target all the areas that you feel that you need a little extra protection. In my case, it's the forehead, the nose and cheek area, and I definitely want to make sure I blend that all in. Then I also want to make sure my lips are nice and moisturized throughout this tutorial. That way when it's time to add on lips, I'm ready to go. So I want to go over the type of skin that I have. I definitely have some problematic skin right now, so I want to make sure I color correct. So I'm using some products from Sephora, which are very good for color correcting. Make sure I get that salmon color underneath my eyes to counteract the dark circles. The green is going to go ahead and help with the redness of the pimples that I have right now, all the breakouts. Have a little redness under my nose that I want to target, and a blemish on my nose and forehead. This is a Real Techniques brush. I forgot the name of it, but it is a great brush for blending. It came in a kit. Make sure, ladies, you blend it all out. Definitely go ahead and pat instead of rubbing. That makes sure that the product stays and actually covers the area you're trying to target. Keep on blending, ladies. Blend till your arms drop. And I almost forgot. Gotta make sure I take care of that area by my lip. Has some discoloration. Still don't know why I have this discoloration, but I've had it my whole life. And I definitely want to go ahead and color correct it. I think it's hormonal, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, now make sure I wet my sponge. This is from Eco Tools. It comes in a set of 2. It's a really great sponge, and I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter. Spraying that on the sponge to get it nice and wet. Make sure I squeeze any excess moisture out and get it ready for blending. Okay, now that it's ready to go, I'm going to put some Estée Lauder Double Wear. It's a very full coverage foundation, which is what you need when you're color correcting, so that it covers all the colors that you have correcting your skin at the moment. You don't want any of that green or salmon color to peek through, so keep on blending. Now let's conceal our under eyes. Starting off with some concealer. As you can see, I am doing a triangle shape, starting from the inner corner of my eye to the outer corner of my eye. I'm not going any further than this because of the shape of my face. I have a round face. It's not favorable for me to go any further than that part. If I go any further than that part, then I'm bringing more attention to the outsides of my face, which give the appearance of a fatter face. So we definitely want to go ahead and mimic the look of a more slender face by doing this. Now we're going to highlight this area by adding a lighter concealer. Going to make sure to do the same shape with just a lighter concealer. And then we're going to go ahead and blend it out with the same Eco Tools sponge. This sponge is definitely the MVP of the look today. It's absolutely great. Now we're going to set this with the Mercier powder in translucent. Now I'm using the smaller Eco Tools sponge that is great for laying down the bake. I also want to take this Mercier powder and pat it on my eyelids to prime my eyelids and get it ready for the eyeshadow. Now I'm moving on to contour. You want to make sure you contour from the peak of your ear down to the corner of your mouth, going downwards. Or another great technique is that you can make a fish face, and using your hands you can try to feel out the hollows of your cheekbones by doing that. That's also a great technique. I like both techniques, but in this particular video I am just using the direction going downwards from the peak of my ear to the inner corner of my lip. And I'm going to go ahead and blend everything out Definitely take your time blending this out. This is again a Sephora contour product that I'm using. Blend everything out to make sure that you don't see that harsh line. These are the products here, briefly. Just make sure you blend, blend, blend. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the jawline. And you see the importance of the jawline is to go ahead and minimize the size of your chin. We all have our chin, and we all have that area underneath our chin that has a little extra fat. So we want to make sure we hide that so the haters don't see it. Now let's go ahead and continue blending that out. Now that I've put all the liquids down, I'm going to go ahead and use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And we're going to go ahead and use the contour powders to go ahead and lock in this contour on our face. Now to blend this contour powder into my skin, I'm going to use the e.l.f. blending brush. It's a, I believe, $3 to $6 brush. It's amazing. Regrettably, after I filmed this video, my dog ate that brush. So that's its first and its last appearance. Just kidding, I'm going to buy another one. So I'm going to go ahead and blend that in. Now I'm going to go ahead and use that smaller Eco Tools sponge and use that to carve out the highlight portion by using the Lauder Mercier powder. I'm going to do that here on the lower part. All this does is it accentuates the actual contour that you just did with the powders. So it's going to go ahead and make everything clear, and it'll help out for that contour to actually stand out. So I want to put that in all the places I want to highlight, top of my forehead, and I also want to go ahead and put a little bit of that on my smile lines so that it can go ahead and blend. So now I'm showing you guys my favorite eyeshadow palette. This is from Viseart. These palettes are amazing. I think this is the Sultry Muse palette, I believe. I'm probably botching that. If I am, just go to the description box and I'll have them listed below. These are the two Viseart palettes that I have. They are amazing. I plan to buy many more. This is the Dark Matter, I believe, palette, the 04. I mean, these colors are amazing. They are so true to color. Whatever you see on the pan is what you're going to see on your eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with this eyeshadow look. The colors don't have any names. That's the only downfall to it. So you just have to follow along, just looking at the tutorial. Definitely will make sure that for future videos, I go ahead and point at the eyeshadows that I'm using. So I definitely apologize for that, ladies. But this is my first go at it. So hopefully future videos will not have this issue. My plan is to upload once a week. I am a working mom, so I don't have that much time to dedicate to YouTube. This is something I've wanted to do forever. This is something I've been encouraged to do by my family forever. I always had that fear of going into it and then having, you know, the internet trolls shred me to pieces and then have to, you know, stop because my feelings are too hurt. But I'm going to push through, and hopefully none of that happens and you guys enjoy my videos and my content that's coming up. Right now all I'm doing is a cute little kind of like a date night look. After I filmed this, I did go on a date with my husband. Shortly you're going to see on the corner of the screen, on the left bottom corner, you're going to see my daughter peek in and out of this tutorial. She'll be just sitting there playing with a box. A box where some Morphe brushes came in, I believe. And she just likes to sit there and watch me. That's the plus of having daughters. They just like to sit and watch. And by the time they're older, they'll be pros at it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and continue to blend. Right now, I'm just creating my crease. I have hooded eyes. When you have hooded eyes, you have to make sure that you are blending above your natural crease line, because your natural crease line gets swallowed up when you open your eyelids. So when you're opening your eyelids, if it's getting swallowed up, no one's going to see all the hard work and all the blending you did. So when you have a hooded eye, you have to definitely create your own crease by starting on top of your natural crease and blending all your eyeshadows out. That way, when your eyes are open, everyone can see the hard work that you just put into this look. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down a little more of that Laura Mercier powder. This is a good trick if you want to go ahead and define that line. Uh-oh, there goes my daughter. So keep on blending. Every time you lay a color and you finish blending, make sure you come again and blend all the edges out. This ensures for a smooth transition from one color to the next. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and use the Sultry Muse palette. And again, if this isn't it, then I'm so sorry. I'll definitely put it in the description bar below. I'm going to go ahead and spritz some of that Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray, or D-Slick, I think is the one I use there, D-Slick, to grab that eyeshadow and give it the best potential of showing up on my lids. Even though these shadows are amazing, I always like to give it a little extra oomph. Now I'm going to go on to using the Ofra Cosmetics Rodeo Drive highlighter. This highlighter is bomb. Like, it's amazing. I got it in a BoxyCharm. God forbid it's a Birchbox. A BoxyCharm a few months ago. It's amazing. Put that in the inner corners of my eyes. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my e.l.f. brush and go ahead and take away all that powder. Brush the bake away underneath my eyes as well. Okay, and I'm going to use the Becca Cosmetics blush. Forgot the name of it, but it's such a beautiful, oh my god, it's such a beautiful blush. It complements, in my opinion, so many skin tones. So I'm going to go ahead and just add that to my cheekbones. Sorry, my cheeks, not my cheekbones. And I'm going to go ahead and grab Rodeo Drive again. I'm going to add some highlight. Now, I'm not going to front. This has definitely become my favorite. Before this, I was ride to die for some Mary Lou Luminizer by the Balm. Like, you couldn't tell me anything else. I was ride to die for that. But having kids, being a mom, you run into a few accidents, and my kids broke it. So I saved it with some alcohol, did a little repair work on it, and they broke it again. So I gave up. So now I'm just going to go ahead and use this Rodeo Drive because it is really stunning. Okay, now I'm moving on to my eyelashes. I'm curling them. Now I have natural curled long eyelashes, thank God. So it's very rare when I use false lashes. Now, I love false lashes. They're great. But for a day-to-day, even date night look, my lashes are enough for me that I don't need to add on anything more. So I just put on my mascara and keep it rolling. Now that we're done with our eyelashes, I'm going to move on to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Palette, Volume 1. This is such an amazing palette. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with a see-through, clear lip liner. And I'm going to go ahead and go into the palette. I'm going to mix two colors. Again, I do apologize I didn't show you the colors, but they're definitely, next time there will be some demonstrations of which colors I use. The best part about this Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette is that you can customize your lipstick. The formula is amazing. It definitely lasts all night long through eating, drinking, kissing, whatever you want to do, it lasts. And I think Anastasia Beverly Hills took so long, and of course her daughter Nirvana, who was the head creator of this lip palette, they took so long in this because it is actually well thought out, and it actually is a lip palette that I 100% stand by. It's amazing. Okay, here's a little bit of me feeling myself. I'm gonna go ahead and add some of a lighter color. I believe it's the number 1 in the palette. I end up liking this combo a lot and put it throughout the entire lip. And it's really amazing color. And it shows up a little more vibrant on camera than it did in real life, but nonetheless it's beautiful. I'll be uploading once a week, either on Thursdays or Fridays, so please stay tuned for more videos. Again, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. Thanks so much.